welcome back to Gunning to Old Trafford with your hosts Shady and Ibi.
Thank you guys for joining. Really loving the support, the comments, and the feedback that you guys are sharing with us. Please keep it coming in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell notification so that you keep up to date with all of the content that we push out onto the platform. Previously, we're trying to shake things up a bit and get some interesting content out for you guys. We introduced a segment called the past and present in our earlier videos, where we looked at a legend and a current player, and we're continuing in that theme with a new segment around a iconic stadium. Abdul, I think this is something that the folks will really enjoy. Yeah,
I think so. Look, guys, this is a new one. We'll be focusing on all the beautiful and all the historic stadiums around the world. Guys, please do not forget to comment. Put down what you guys feel or what stadium you'd like us to preview next. But I'm gonna hand it over to Ibrahim, because Ibrahim is the Wikipedia of all the stadiums. Please enjoy, and please, once again, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and hit that bell notification.
Yeah. So with this segment, it will allow us to travel globally. Not physically, figuratively, obviously, but from stadium to stadium, iconic stadiums, and not just looking at the stadium. We look at some history around the stadium, some facts about the stadium, but also what impact or what memories those stadiums bring out for Manchester United and Arsenal fans. Right. So today's stadium, or this week's stadium rather, we're going to be focusing on the San Siro in Italy. A really iconic stadium, the house, the home of the two Milan teams. When you think about the San Siro, you just think about Champions League evenings.
It's so true.
Some really epic battles between Inter and AC. Some iconic players that grace the fields. If you think about Zlatan, Samuel Eto'o, Ronaldinho, David Beckham, and the list goes on and on, right? Nesta, Maldini. I mean, if I keep talking, we spend a full segment talking about the legends that grace the San Siro pitch. Before we get into some of the emotions that the San Siro brings out from a Manchester United and Arsenal perspective, just to give you some history around the San Siro. So the San Siro was commissioned in 1925 to be built. It was owned by the president, or at least the land where the San Siro was built was owned by the president of AC Milan. It was commissioned in 1925. Building started and completed in 1926. It was predominantly or primarily the house of AC Milan up until 1946. In 1947, Inter Milan decided to share the stadium with AC Milan, and that then really pushed through a renovation of the stadium.
Correct.
Initially, when they looked at it, because two powerhouses putting funds into building the stadium. Yeah. They were looking at 100,000 plus capacity stadium, but due to safety concerns, etc., they kind of settled on an 85,000 capacity, 60,000 seated, 25,000 standing. Those days standing was freely allowed and not deemed a safety hazard. So a capacity of around 85,000 or 80,000 plus. Really some good history around the San Siro, etc. Abdul, the San Siro housed some games at the World Cup.
Yes.
If you want to touch on that as well.
Yes. It hosted, I think, the Italy World Cup.
Italia 90.
Italia 90. I think about 6 or 8 games in there. It also hosted a lot of Champions League games. And guys, the reason we selected the San Siro is because there's so much history. I mean, think about it. I mean, rival clubs sharing a stadium. I mean, it's beautiful, So, moving along, Ibrahim, that was beautiful. I think you gave everybody a humdinger. We now understand a bit more of the San Siro. But our iconic moments at at the San Siro. And there's two that come to mind, and I get excited when I speak about them. I don't know. Manchester United. Can I do the Arsenal first? I mean, we are top of the log at the moment.
Yeah.
So I think we can do that now.
Again,
right?
you know, so, Arsenal fans not surprising me and becoming really delusional about they stay at the top of the Premier League.
I hope it stays.
Reminding me a lot of Liverpool fans. I'm sorry I keep bringing you guys
This is the second time you're saying it, guys, so it's okay. But it's fine.
Yeah, okay. I mean, since you guys are top, you
Can
go
I
first,
start?
yeah,
Okay, so the first one, 2003, Thierry Henry, round of 16, if I'm not mistaken. We got beaten by a fantastic Inter Milan squad at Highbury, 3-0. We go a fortnight. We go back to the San Siro. It's brilliant. I'll never forget. They had a beautiful team. They had Javier Zanetti in defense. It was a well-oiled Inter Milan team, and this team was destined to win the Champions League that year. And here steps up Thierry Henry. Thierry Henry outplayed the whole Inter Milan team that day. He got 2 assists, 2 goals. The score ended 5-1. Edu also got a goal in there. And I'll never forget sitting there as a young boy, Javier Zanetti going to Thierry Henry and asking for his soul.
Amazing.
For his keeper. Now remember, guys, Javier Zanetti at that time was a captain of Inter Milan. He was a captain of Argentina. He was one of the best defenders ever playing in 2003. And that one there brings so much of memories. I mean, putting 5 past the Inter Milan team in San Siro, I mean, that's huge. That's huge. That's the one. And I've got one more.
So before you get into that, we've got a special surprise or a special guest behind the camera. Mohamed Kota, who's behind the camera. Might have been too young to remember the heroics of Thierry Henry at the San Siro.
What we're going to do, we'll put it on a comment page for them.
Yeah, exactly. We'll drop a link on.
Yeah. Kota, you're going to enjoy it, I'm telling you.
So, yeah, for the younger fans like Mohamed Kota, we'll bring him on a little bit later so that you guys can see who he is. But I think for the younger fans, you know, this clip will really allow them to appreciate Thierry Henry and the type of performances that he always brought out.
And remember, Ibrahim, that game, I mean, once you guys are going to watch those 5 goals, it wasn't only Thierry Henry. You had a Robert Pires playing at his peak. You had a Edu that was, I mean, our enforcer in the midfield. I mean, we had a great team, you know. So for you younger fans, this game here, you guys really going to enjoy. You're going to love the clip. And then moving along, I've got one more, Ibrahim.
100%. You go in.
So this one, I think Mohamed Kota, I think you'll remember this one, I think it's almost in like more or less your age. 2008, Cesc Fabregas. 2008, Cesc Fabregas, round of 16, if I'm not mistaken. 30-yard wonder goal. 30-yard wonder goal, but it wasn't only the goal. I mean, Cesc Fabregas at that age played with so much of maturity. He was a brilliant player. But it just wasn't the goal. The goal was beautiful. 30-yard wonder goal. And so much of emotions at the San Siro, not only for AC Milan or Inter Milan, but even the oppositions. I mean, there's a lot. And Cesc Fabregas hits this, and he runs straight to Arsene Wenger. Really, guys, goosebumps. Tears in your eyes, because that took us into the quarterfinal. So what a goal! And we were wearing the white Arsenal kit. That was also, I think, it was
the white and the maroon.
The white and maroon. It was a beautiful kit. It was a limited edition kit. And all I can remember while speaking to you guys, and as you guys can see, the emotion is this wonder goal and Cesc Fabregas sliding into his manager's arms, Arsene Wenger. So guys, I get goosebumps when I think of this. For you younger guys, the older guys will remember this, but we will put it in our comment. If you guys have any other goals, anything at the San Siro, please don't be shy, comment, and we'll get back to you. Ibrahim, Manchester United. You guys also had some memorable encounters at the San Siro.
Yep, brilliant memories from an Arsenal perspective, Abdul. I think the Thierry Henry performance really stands out, even for us rival fans. and the game for Fabregas really put him on the map.
Yes, definitely.
For me, I really loved the way Fabregas showed that emotion on the field as a youngster. Because we grew up with these guys,
Yes,
right?
we did,
So
we did.
seeing a youngster being able to perform on that platform really brought it to the fore. From a Manchester United perspective, we've had some tough times at the San Siro, but the 2009, and again, sorry, we're showing our age, Abdul and I, because we're talking about the 2009-2010 Champions League season, where we traveled to the San Siro in the round of 16 to play a really strong AC Milan team, and we've just lost Cristiano Ronaldo to Real Madrid at that point. So traveling against a AC Milan team with the likes of Ronaldinho, David Beckham, Andrea Pirlo was at AC Milan at the time. They had Dida in goal.
Yes.
So a really strong team on the night, and I wouldn't say a watered down team from a Manchester United perspective, but on paper it looked like AC Milan should have really put us to the sword.
And Ibrahim, just a quick one, guys. Myself and Ibrahim actually watched clips of that game.
Yes.
And when Ibrahim's telling you it's not the most flamboyant team on paper, when you watch the clip and we drop it down on a comment, you'll understand why.
Exactly.
But Ibrahim, go for it.
Yeah. I mean, we had Fletcher and Carrick holding our midfield
Yes.
together. And not a bad midfield to hold together, but against the likes, like I said, of Beckham, Ronaldinho, and Pirlo, it's a tough ask on the day. Within the first 5 minutes, Manchester United go a goal down. Ronaldinho with, I wouldn't say a fantastic goal, but he took it well. And it looked like the writing was on the wall. 1-0 down at the San Siro against a really strong AC Milan team. I was starting to fear as a Manchester United fan. And then something clicked. And the boys started pushing. Wayne Rooney came to the fore. 2 goals on the evening. And a lucky goal, I would say, from Paul Scholes.
But it started the movement.
Started the movement, and we end up 3-2 winners.
Sure.
At the San Siro. Van der Sar, really strong, really dominant, pulled out some really important saves during the game. And we walk away 3-2 on the evening. The tie was really comfortable for us, winning the tie 7-2 on aggregate. But the San Siro was that's a memory that comes to me as a United fan. Wayne Rooney, fantastic performance, really elevated his game on the evening, really stepped up and showed what was the hype around Wayne Rooney at that time. Van der Sar showing why he's one of the best goalkeepers of modern day football. And Alex Ferguson, Sir Alex Ferguson, showing what he could do with a really weakened team on paper compared to what AC Milan had on the ground. And good to see David Beckham against us, in the AC Milan colours. So yeah, that's the one that brings back memories for me.
Wow, that's beautiful, man.
I think
I remember that game, and like I say, we watched it yesterday, and wow, guys, it's gonna really excite you. If you're a Manchester United supporter and you miss that one, it's gonna really excite you.
Yeah.
But yeah, wow. San Siro.
So yeah,
What a stadium.
So that's our start of our world tour in terms of stadiums.
Yes.
Let us know in the comments which stadium you'd like us to visit next, and give you some history around. And some of the emotions that it brings out for Manchester United and Arsenal fans, or at least from our perspective.
We thank you so much again for the support. Please keep on liking. Let's comment, subscribe, and hit that bell notification. Do not forget on Instagram, Gunning to Old Trafford. Please follow the page. And I think there's a lot of questions. Let's get interactive, guys. We love you guys to give you guys your feedback. And yeah, let's take it from there. And yeah, this was a
Let's,
beautiful segment.
I'm going to beat Shady to this time. Let's gun to Old Trafford, guys. Gunning
to Old Trafford, guys.
Thank you so much,
All the
and
best.
see you in the next segment. Bye-bye.